everyone, and welcome back. This week we're changing things up a little bit, and I decided to build the very classic and iconic I Love Lucy apartment. And seriously, I Love Lucy is one of my favorite TV shows. It's hilarious, and it's gotten me through some really hard times in my life, so I just really appreciate it. And I've actually been wanting to do this for quite some time now, and I figured it was time. So as you notice, we're not actually building in an apartment building because of the weird dimensions and sizing of this apartment. I figured it was easiest to just build the shell. I may in the future build the whole building and fill it out more. Otherwise, this can be placed in one of the larger apartments in San Myshuno. I don't know what you would do with the rest of the space, and the window placement would be weird. That's left for another day. But if you're unfamiliar with I Love Lucy, it was a 1950s American sitcom, and the show takes place in Manhattan's Upper East Side. The show kind of focuses mainly around Lucy, who's a housewife, and her husband, Ricky, who's a band leader at the local club. And Lucy has always had big dreams of being a star, but her talent is a little bit lacking. So she's constantly trying to be in the spotlight, which leads her to being in very crazy predicaments. And she often will use her husband Ricky's fame and nightclub as a way to try to make herself famous. And then she also involves her best friend, which also happens to be her landlord, into a lot of her schemes. So yeah, her husband and herself are friends with their landlords, the Mertzes, and the Mertzes are a little bit older, so Fred and Ethel, and a lot of the shows do involve them. It's just hilarious. I can go back so many times and rewatch episodes, and I will still be laughing out loud because it is so funny. So if you've never seen them before and you do like comedy, I would highly recommend it. But the apartment, I actually thought this was going to be easy, and it was not. It was very difficult to try to get everything perfectly in its place. And if you've seen the series, you may notice, one, over the years, the set changed because they moved multiple times to different locations. So this is, I kind of went with their first apartment, but then that was also challenging because I don't have everything in the game to do that, so I tried my best. But also, the other thing that you'll probably notice as you watch the show is, this is kind of crazy for me, is the furniture moves all over the place. Like, all over the place. And I get it for recording, that this show was recorded in front of a live studio audience, that they had to do it for the best camera angles, for the audience to be able to see. You gotta move stuff around. So the piano was kind of like the center of the show. They'd pull that out, or if someone's writing at a desk, the desk would be more in the front. So I had to kind of I've watched some episodes, which was not a bad thing, to kind of see where stuff really was and try to get things looking as good as possible. And like here in the kitchen, I did not really know what to do. So yes, here's the other thing. Where the cameras were all set up, obviously there's no wall there in real life. So I had to basically kind of reimagine what is actually there if this was a real apartment. I figured there would be some decent windows because, as you noticed in the living room, like the main backdrop, there is no windows in their original apartment. So it's like, you know, there's gotta be some windows. So I figured where the cameras were set up, there's windows. And then you'll see I included some other stuff that kind of goes with the show. But the piano. So we only have keyboards right now in this game, or the very luxurious deluxe piano, which most people would not have in their home. I understand some people do, but especially for this show, it was a smaller, compact piano, so I had to make my own. And this is functional. It's kind of built into a table. I used some shelving pieces with tulle and got it all put into place, and it's not anything fancy because you can see the one that's in their apartment is not fancy. But I think this one turned out pretty decent. Maybe one day we will get those upright pianos. So this living room, I know the colors are not gonna be what they were in the show. Well, one, the show was black and white, so I have no idea what the colors are. I could tell the bricks, yeah, the bricks. The bricks in the apartment were definitely not white. They were darker, but I'm not a huge fan of the bricks that we have in The Sims for colors, and nothing really screamed at me like this would be it. Like, I had kind of something in my mind, and then I just couldn't get the color right, so I'm like, we'll just go with classic white and pretend that they were white even though I know they were not white. And I think the wall color was something darker. I tried actually looking online to see what the original colors were. Maybe I didn't look good enough, but I don't know. I'm kind of scared to find out the actual colors and then find out like, oh gosh, this apartment is ugly. I don't know. So I tried to put the furniture in its place and I tried to make it look nice, and then I was still very back and forth. Like the carpet, like I have no idea what the carpet looked like because you never see the carpet and you don't know the color of the carpet. And also, this is another thing, I never use carpet in The Sims because the colors are horrible. Like, why? And we have, in base game, do we have like only 2 different types of carpet to pick from? And the colors, yeah, the colors are bad. Really bad. I am not a fan of carpet in real life, so I don't like using it in my builds, but realism of certain builds, like, yes, exactly. Like this time era, you need more color options for carpet. And this is a CC free build, which I contemplated at one point, do I use CC? I'm like, no. I just did a CC build last week, so I needed to do something that was more accessible to more players. And I'm like, all right, I gotta be good. So yeah, if I could have downloaded custom content carpet, I probably would have got something better. And even furniture, I really wish we had more retro furniture. It's a little sad for me. The couches from Dream Home Decorator though are pretty good. And then yeah, this was something else going through even like the first season or first couple seasons in the series. Their furniture changed so much, and there are episodes of Lucy complaining about the furniture, that their furniture is trash and that she needs better furniture, and she complains to Ricky that they need better furniture, and it's funny. So the furniture changes a lot. So yeah, we got this area here where it would have been like the bifold window area. This was kind of the closest thing I could do with the like shuttered windows. I know I would have been able to find CC for that. And also my little complaint is I don't know why we don't have basic doors like we have on the left here at higher wall heights. They're always so short and I hate how that looks. Like, I want taller plain doors. Does anyone else agree with me on that? I don't know. I would really like to get some taller doors. So yes, taller doors and a upright piano maybe. Oh, and some more retro stuff. So yeah, the TV. I was really missing having a retro, kind of those old big box TVs. No, we had those in past series, and I forgot, was it The Sims 2 that we had the 70s pack? I don't remember. I remember one of the games that there was stuff and it had like a lot of 70s, so I would have been able to like take that box TV from that time era and use it. I did the best I could, and I thought about doing a custom TV, and I'm like, I don't know how it's gonna look to get it like just right, and I just couldn't really think of anything to make it look good. I'm sure there are very talented people out there that would totally be able to do it, but I'm just like, I don't know. I can't. I couldn't really think of anything to make it work. Alright, so in the living room, once again, on that wall that's not actually on set, I decided to put in a card table. Because in the show, a lot of times the Mertzes, the landlords, come over to play cards. And so yeah, that'll be like pulled out and they'll play cards. So I'm like, alright, that's a good activity. And then obviously we got the TV and there is no computer, but I mean, if you decide to use this, I don't know if you will because it's not a true apartment, but You can always add like a computer on the desk or something like that. Okay, the bedroom. The bedroom was a little bit challenging. So I actually really liked their original apartment, kind of how the bedroom was. And through the series, it kind of stays consistent. Like, it's very similar even after they move apartments. But I don't know, the first season, it was just kind of neat. The one thing, always watching the show, I was wondering, I'm like, where is the bathroom in this place? I could never figure it out. And then when I was watching an episode where Lucy was faking being injured and she was all like bandaged and wrapped up, Ricky and Fred decided to pull a prank on her and pretend like the apartment was on fire and she was in the bedroom. So she tries to leave the bedroom door and realizes that there's smoke because they created smoke. And she's panicking and throwing things out the window. And she goes in through the door on the right side of the bed, which is Ricky's side, and comes out with 2 giant jugs of henna. So yeah, another joke with her was that she didn't have real red hair, which she didn't in real life. And then, so that was kind of a joke with the show. So her henna would have been in the bathroom, and then she also went from the left side of the bed all the way around the bed through that door. So that means on her closet side, there's no access to the bathroom, but on Ricky's side of the closet, there's access to the bathroom. That answered the question of where the bathroom was in this place. Like, I seriously cannot figure it out. All the years of watching, like, where is it? I know, right? So the closets, thankfully, having Dream Home Decorator now, I can actually hang clothes and it actually looks like a closet. And you don't really see in the closet except Lucy going to get her dresses out of there. So I just put in a ton of hanging clothes, some other little storage. Ricky's side is basically the same. I didn't leave that footage in, it's just repetitive. And then the bathroom, I just got to figure out whatever I wanted to do with the bathroom because you never see the bathroom. And as you'll see in a little bit, I decided to put some pink elements in there because something just told me I think Lucy's bathroom would have pink. Yeah, it would, right? So that's just my little creative spin and everything. And obviously the bedroom, I would have preferred different furniture. Yeah, I had a hard time picking out furniture for the bedroom. Yeah, I tried my best. I did! Hopefully it looks good. I know it's not going to be exact, but I tried to keep furniture placement exact. But I'm sorry about that. We will let you enjoy the rest of the build, and thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to subscribe. Yes! Like and comment, and we will see you all next week. Bye!